Hey there everyone, Paradise Gamer 13 here, and I've got a random RU battle that I kind of threw together with a team that I'm not the biggest fan of per se, but it's okay, I guess. It's just really slow, as I've come to find out, and not that's a pretty bad thing. I've made some tweaks to it since then, but basically. I've got Rhyperior here, who, along with Amoongus, are kind of my two main defensive people. And, you know, they served me pretty well. Rhyperior's got, like, Stealth Rocks and stuff, and Protect, I think, as well as Leftovers, you know. Kind of a bulkier set. I think he still has Earthquake and, Rock Blast. As his, like, only offensive moves. And then Amoongus, who's my other basic wall, is, he's got, let's see here, Spore, and which I don't see too many people using Spore, as opposed to Toxic. Or at least, a lot of the other Amoonguses I've come up against recently have Toxic instead of Spore, like this one included. And then he also has, I gave him more of an offensive moveset for some reason. I gave him Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Foul Play. And I was kind of going back on, well, I was going back and forth between Clear Fog and Sludge Bomb, but I decided against it and just gave him, yeah, I don't really know what my decision process for that was. Just kind of random, I guess. And then Electros is just kind of a random, couple, you know, pretty diverse move pool. I think he has like Flamethrower, Giga Drain, Flash Cannon, and Volt Switch. And Flash Cannon is one that I'm like kind of indifferent on. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I probably could throw in like Thunderbolt or something instead. Or I used to have Knockoff, I think, for a little bit, but I already got Sneasel has Knockoff too, so it's like, eh. But and it has Expert Belt, which is kind of nice for throwing off people who expect you to be like Choice or something. Like in this match, I think that may have slightly. It didn't really help me that much in the end, but I think my opponent predicted that possibly. Other than that, though, I've got Clawitzer, which is Specs. For now, I changed it to Scarf because I hate how slow this team is. That seems to be working a lot better. And he's all right. Now that he's Scarf, he's at least a little bit more viable than he was before. My Medicham is Banded, which is another move that I don't really. It's just complete overkill. And it's kind of annoying. I might just switch his nature if nothing else, because I hate. He's decently fast. I've mainly used Scarf Medicham, but I've been leaning. I don't want to have two. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. He has like other than that, it's pretty standard Medicham. I think he's got like high jump kick and he's in headbutt or something, and I forget what else. And then Sneasel, who ends up being like one of my best Pokemon sometimes. He's just, if I can get him set up, he can really do some damage to teams. So basically it's Focus Sash set with like Ice Shard, Knockoff, Swords Dance, and one other move which I'm drawn to Low Kick to kind of take out like Rhydon and Cobalion and those kinds of Pokemon. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this, but and this was ended up being a pretty decent match. I'll have to go a little bit fast forward through some parts later though, because it gets gets a little drawn out. So I start off with Rhyperior, and I think I go for Protect here. No, I don't. I just immediately switch out into Clawitzer, I believe. And yeah, he uses Iron Head, which didn't do much. I think I just go right for Scald because that's kind of a safe bet. And can hit pretty much everything except for that Moongus, which I was like, he might switch into Amoongus, but maybe not if I use Ice Beam, so I was like, I'll just do Scald. Jolteon comes out, and that's not a huge deal, because Amoongus can take pretty much anything from it pretty effectively. So he Volt switches into Delphox, which is a bit of a problem for me, so I'm expecting the Fire move and switch into Rhyperior, and he just goes for Psychic, which also would have been super effective against Amoongus, so I should have probably seen that coming, but oh well. So I just use Protect here, thinking maybe it's Specs. It's not, obviously. And it just goes for Dazzling Gleam, which makes me think it doesn't have like Grass Knot or something. So I just stay in because I know I can easily take that and take it out with an Earthquake. So this time I use Protect and make sure, yeah. So he's using Earthquake. I think this one might be banded, is what it kind of seemed like. So I switch into Electros with his little nice levitate bonus there. So I think I go for Flash Cannon, which is kind of an odd move. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You probably just assumed I'd go for Flash Cannon again, but boom, I pull out the Flamethrower because I'm not choiced. I have Expert Belt. So I don't know if that's really what... I mean, obviously it took it either way, and I knew I wouldn't take it out in one hit, so it didn't really matter. So I just try to Volt Switch out into, I don't even remember who, I think Amoonguss. So this time, though, I'm like, oh, he's probably going to expect that and switch into Jolteon, which is exactly what happens, and I just take it out with a Flame. No, I don't. That's right. I leave it with 2%, and that made me incredibly irate. I guess that's what I get for not being choiced, but... yeah, I just stayed in and went for Giga Drain, I guess, for some reason to take it out, and... yeah, I'm going to get taken out. I mean, Electros is pretty slow anyway, so I think I just stayed in here to take the Outrage. And now I think I go into Amoonguss. Yeah, because I know he can at least take a hit, even if it is choiced. It does a lot of damage, though. But I can put it to sleep, which works out well. And then I believe I get a crit here on the next turn. Which, yeah, that was nice. I think I actually go for Foul Play here. I don't really... oh, well, he wakes up and uses another Outrage, first of all, which is never a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have probably done about the same amount of damage. Except I didn't get recovery from that, so I don't know. Didn't matter that much. Anyways, I just randomly sacked Medicham here. I don't remember why I did that, because I'm pretty sure I could have gone into Sneasel just right away. I don't know why I did that, but... especially since I ended up not setting up a Swords Dance. I don't know what I was thinking, actually. So I don't really know. That's kind of embarrassing, I suppose. And it probably would have made this match a little bit easier. But anyways, I was expecting the Toxic, so I just switched right out into Amoonguss. And this is where we have the Amoonguss War, which I'm going to speed up a bit because I expected him to switch here, and he didn't. You know, why would you want to have a Amoonguss stalemate, you know, I guess. But it goes back and forth. For a while, we switch out sometimes. I think I predict him to switch out here into Omastar, and he doesn't. Or someone. Maybe not Omastar. I forget who I was thinking would come out. But anyways, he just, yeah. I hate that I got poisoned too. That really annoys me. And I don't really... Clawitzer doesn't really do a whole lot in this match, I don't think. I guess he got some damage off on that Jolteon. Oh yeah, but anyways, I switched out thinking he, you know, oh, Ice Beam, switch into Omastar. This is where I predicted that. And switch back into Amoonguss, but he just goes for Protect. And so I'm like, well, I don't know if he's going to stay in again, and I don't know. I probably should have switched again to try to keep up that edge, but I didn't for whatever reason. And now we just go back into the Great Sludge Bomb War, so it's pretty exciting, to say the least. Other than that, I think eventually he switches into, like, Ambipom and stuff, and, like I said, we just basically keep switching out, you know, getting the Regenerator, health back, you know, and stuff like that. And, yeah, there he switches out and goes into Omastar. And he gets poisoned, which is kind of nice. You know, that gets back for poison my Clawitzer earlier, I guess. Speaking of Clawitzer, there's Clawitzer. And I forget what I go for here. Oh, well, I died. I didn't go for anything, I guess. So, I couldn't remember. I guess I just stayed in again. Huh. Well, in that case, now I think he goes back into... oh, no, this is where he goes into Ambipom. He goes for the U-turn to get some extra damage off and then switches into Amoonguss. So I don't know what I was expecting. I just went for Spore. Just in case he decided not to go into Amoonguss. Kind of another dumb decision on my part. I have no shortage of those, to say the least. But, yeah. So I think I switch out here to get that Regenerator back. Maybe. Yes. And I go into Rhyperior, thinking, oh, he's not going to go for Giga Drain, which he did not. So I was like, okay, good. You know, he didn't expect that. I think I went for Protect here, thinking, I was like, oh, he's going to go for Giga Drain. I was like, I could probably live it if I, you know, yeah, if I had that leftovers boost back. I don't know. I mean, it was a crit, but I don't really know if that would have mattered or not. I just kind of guessed. So this time, though, I'm like, oh, he's probably going to use Protect, and now I get to start setting up. So, well, I think I was like, he's probably going to use Toxic or Protect. So, boom, I got 2 Swords Dances up, and now I get on my little rampage here, for at least a little bit. Take out that Tyrantrum, And now I had a bit of a decision here to make. I went for Ice Shard because I think our speed was about the same. He goes for Retaliant. I knew Ice Shard probably wouldn't take him out. It came close though, but I just wanted to get him enough that I could, you know, for sure easily take him out with a Giga Drain. And that's exactly what I did, because I knew, you know, Retaliate or whatever move he would have chosen. Otherwise, probably wouldn't have been able to, you know, do much against my defensively bulky Amoonguss. So it worked out in the end. I made some stupid plays, but that's kind of par for the course for me. So yeah, like I said, I think I already went over all my sets, so that's pretty much that. If you guys like this video, then I guess I'd appreciate the like button and potentially subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, to get notified of when I come out with future content like this, which I can't really guarantee I will. It's been a while since I've done any of these battles. I'll probably do some NU stuff again in the near future. But in the meantime, though, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks again for watching.